Listen carefully, for what I am about to declare is not mere words, not idle encouragement, but a divine message that will shake your heart and awaken the fire within your spirit. From the 18th to the 22nd of December, God is moving in ways that will be unmistakable, undeniable, and transformative. This is a time that He has appointed, 5 days in which heaven itself aligns to bring revelation, breakthrough, and divine intervention into your life. If you think that the ordinary can contain the extraordinary, you are mistaken. For God is about to show you that His power is not limited by circumstance, by fear, or by the impossible situations that have held you captive. The days ahead are not just days. They are a portal, a season in which your destiny will accelerate. And every heartache, every delay, every unanswered prayer will encounter God's unstoppable hand. You must understand something crucial. God is never idle. Even when it seems that life is silent, even when the enemy whispers lies and plants fear, God is orchestrating events, setting in motion movements that the human eye cannot yet perceive. From the 18th to the 22nd, God is releasing divine patterns of blessing that will overwhelm those who have been faithful, who have prayed, who have held on when hope seemed like a distant memory. Do not let doubt enter your heart, for doubt will blind you to the wonders God is about to perform. These 5 days are sacred, charged with heavenly authority, and every moment of them holds potential for miracles, for reconciliation, for restoration, for breakthrough that will echo into the next year. The first thing you must know is that God will bring clarity. Clarity in your mind, in your decisions, in your heart. There are choices you have wrestled with, situations you have been confused about, relationships you have wondered about, and paths you have feared to take. God is going to shine a light on everything that has been shadowed by uncertainty. He will reveal truth where deception has lingered. He will lift the veil that has hidden your destiny, and suddenly what was confusing will become clear. You will see the direction you must take, the steps you must follow, and the voice that has been silent will speak with a clarity that cannot be ignored. Do not underestimate this revelation, for in clarity lies power. When you see the way God is opening, hesitation becomes unnecessary, fear becomes powerless, and your faith will rise with a new intensity. Secondly, God is going to move in the realm of provision. There are areas in your life where you have lacked, where you have prayed for financial increase, for resources, for opportunities that seem beyond reach. Between the 18th and the 22nd, God is releasing divine favor. Doors that were locked will swing open. Opportunities that were hidden will be revealed. What has been impossible in human terms will become inevitable through the hand of God. This is not about luck, not about chance, not about coincidence. It is God's timing, God's promise, God's intervention. And let me tell you, it will come in ways so unmistakable that you cannot deny His presence. Some of you will receive unexpected breakthroughs at work, in business, in studies, or in creative endeavors. Others will experience financial restoration, debt release, or a sudden alignment of circumstances that feels miraculous. The key is to remain expectant, to remain faithful, and to position yourself in alignment with God's will. When you do, the provision that He has prepared for you will not just meet your needs, it will exceed your imagination. Third, God is going to bring reconciliation. There are relationships that have been broken, friendships that have turned cold, families that have been divided, and hearts that have been hardened. God is not just going to intervene in your life. He's going to heal relational wounds. Between the 18th and 22nd, expect peace to be restored, misunderstandings to be cleared, and broken connections to find restoration. But understand this, God will only restore what aligns with His plan for you. He will remove toxicity. He will purge what is harmful, and He will reintroduce only that which nurtures your destiny. You may encounter people who come back into your life unexpectedly, conversations that bring clarity, forgiveness that brings freedom. Guard your heart with wisdom, but open it to God's movement. For in His hands, reconciliation is not just emotional. It is spiritual, it is liberating, and it sets the stage for your next level of victory. Fourth, God is going to release a wave of protection. The enemy has been plotting, forces have been at work to intimidate you, to delay you, to steal your peace. But from the 18th to the 22nd, God is sending a hedge of protection around your life. This protection is invisible, yet impenetrable. It will guard your mind, your body, your spirit, your home, your finances, and your destiny. You will see that the attacks that have plagued you for months, maybe even years, will lose their power. You will feel a supernatural covering, a peace that surpasses understanding, and an awareness of God's presence that cannot be shaken. Walk boldly during this time, knowing that you are shielded, that you are defended, that you are preserved. Fear has no place here, for God's protection is active, it is relentless, and it will ensure that you emerge victorious from situations that once seemed insurmountable. Finally, God is going to ignite destiny. These 5 days are not just about temporary blessings, they are about long-term transformation. God is setting into motion sequences that will position you for your future, for the life He has promised you, for the impact He intends you to make. Every decision, every prayer, every moment of faithfulness during this time will be amplified. Doors will open that have been sealed for years. Opportunities will align that have been distant for a lifetime. Your dreams, your purpose, your calling will begin to manifest with a clarity and power that cannot be denied. This is not a time to remain passive. This is a time to move, to act, to pray, to believe, and to align yourself fully with God's instructions. Destiny is not accidental. It is designed, it is planned, and it is unfolding right now. I want you to understand something vital. God's timing is perfect. Even when it seems that life has delayed you, that the world is unfair, that your prayers have gone unheard, this is the moment where the scales tip in your favor. From the 18th to the 22nd, there is a convergence of heaven's power, favor, and wisdom ready to impact your life in ways that will echo far beyond these days. You will look back and recognize this period as a turning point. A moment where God's hand was undeniably active, where your faith was rewarded, and where your destiny began a new chapter of unstoppable momentum. You must prepare. You must position your heart, your mind, and your spirit. Remove doubt, remove fear, remove distraction. These 5 days are sacred, and God's power will only move where there is expectation, faith, and readiness. Speak life over your circumstances. Declare God's promises over your situation. Walk in righteousness, walk in humility, walk in prayer, and God will honor every step. The enemy will attempt to bring confusion, hesitation, and fear, but you are armed with faith, protected by God, and aligned with a destiny that cannot be stolen. Remember this, when God moves, He moves with precision. He does not stumble. He does not delay unnecessarily. He sees the bigger picture that you cannot yet see. He orchestrates events, aligns hearts, and opens doors so that when your breakthrough comes, it is undeniable to you and to all who witness it. These 5 days are a spiritual convergence, a divine window of opportunity that has been prepared for you, not by chance, but by God's infinite wisdom. I urge you to rise above complacency. I urge you to prepare your spirit for what is coming. Prayer is your weapon. Faith is your shield. Obedience is your pathway. God is about to move in ways that will exceed your understanding, exceed your expectations, and exceed every human limitation. From the 18th to the 22nd of December, expect God's clarity, provision, reconciliation, protection, and destiny to manifest in your life in ways so powerful that you cannot contain your joy, your gratitude, or your faith. You may have walked through storms. You may have faced trials that tested your patience. You may have been tempted to give up. But these 5 days are a divine reset. A heavenly recalibration, a season where God demonstrates that His power is greater than every problem, every obstacle, every enemy, and every limitation. Stand firm, speak boldly, act faithfully. And when these days arrive, you will recognize them as a divine appointment, a sacred moment where God's hand is unmistakable, undeniable, and unstoppable. Hear me now. Clarity is not just the absence of confusion. It is a spiritual awakening, a divine revelation that awakens the mind and ignites the spirit. From the 18th to the 22nd of December, God will know. Merely whisper answers. He will illuminate your path with a brilliance that blinds the doubts and exposes the lies of the enemy. You will know what decisions to make and what doors to walk through because God Himself will point the way. No longer will you wander in hesitation. No longer will fear paralyze your steps. You will move with the certainty of a child of God who knows that the Almighty is guiding every moment, shaping every outcome. There is an uncommon wisdom that comes only from God, a clarity that cannot be bought, argued for, or forced. It can only be received. And during these days, that wisdom will flow into your heart as rivers of light, cleansing every murky thought, cutting through confusion, and leaving you equipped to act with divine authority. You must understand, clarity from God also comes with responsibility. When He reveals the truth, He empowers you to act. And some of you will face decisions that challenge your comfort, that demand courage, that require you to step beyond the familiar. Do not shrink back. Do not delay. These days are a divine window. The steps you take in obedience to God's direction will determine the trajectory of your next season. Expect that some clarity will bring revelation about relationships, people you must release, people you must embrace, and even people whose role in your life is divinely temporary but necessary for your growth. God's clarity is surgical. It will cut away what hinders you and highlight what propels you toward your destiny. Now, let us speak about provision. Provision from God is never random. It is always a reflection of His will and timing. From the 18th to the 22nd, you will experience openings that are beyond human effort, beyond planning, and beyond expectation. God is going to bless the works of your hands, the seed of your faith, and the prayers you have carried silently for months, perhaps, even years. You will see doors open in ways that cannot be explained by coincidence. Financial increase, career advancement, opportunities for personal growth. These are not mere blessings. They are divine signals that God is orchestrating your elevation. Some of you may witness sudden breakthroughs in business ventures, unexpected promotions, or opportunities that align perfectly with your skills, talents, and calling. Others will find that God restores what was lost, replenishes what was broken, and multiplies what was scarce. Listen carefully. God's provision is not just about survival. It is about abundance, influence, and readiness to fulfill the greater purpose He has designed for you. When you receive these blessings, do not forget the one who orchestrated them. Remember that provision comes with accountability. It is meant to be used for growth, for impact, and for alignment with God's plan. The enemy may try to stir fear, greed, or complacency, but from the 18th to the 22nd, your heart must remain aligned with gratitude, integrity, and faith. Expect the unexpected. Believe in the impossible. God's provision will arrive in forms that challenge human understanding but confirm divine sovereignty, reconciliation. This is where God demonstrates His power to restore the broken. Between these days, relationships that have been fractured will experience divine intervention. God will create moments where forgiveness flows, where misunderstandings are clarified, and where estrangement gives way to unity. Some of you will receive unexpected messages, phone calls, or encounters that carry the weight of heaven's plan. Others will experience the softening of hearts that were once resistant, the opening of minds that had been closed, and the restoration of peace that only God can provide. But understand this, reconciliation from God is purposeful. He does not restore indiscriminately. He restores what aligns with His plan for your life, what nurtures your destiny, and what strengthens your calling. The enemy will attempt to manipulate emotions, to incite pride, resentment, or stubbornness, but God's power will prevail. You must rise above human instincts that favor bitterness or control and embrace God's timing, His wisdom, and His discernment. In doing so, you will experience reconciliation that is not just emotional, it is divine. It liberates, it elevates, and it sets you free from past burdens that have hindered your progress. From the 18th to the 22nd, do not be surprised if relationships once thought lost are reintroduced with clarity, with purpose, and with God's unmistakable guidance. Protection is a topic too often underestimated, yet it is one of the most tangible ways God demonstrates His care. These days are not ordinary. They are charged with spiritual significance, and with significance comes opposition. The enemy will attempt to attack your mind, provoke fear, stir conflict, and bring discouragement. But God is erecting a divine shield over your life. From the 18th to the 22nd, you will sense His covering in ways that surpass human understanding. Your path will be guarded, your home will be safeguarded, your health will be preserved, and your destiny will remain untouchable. There is a supernatural dimension to this protection. Some of you will encounter circumstances that in the past would have been devastating, but now through God's shielding power, you will pass through unscathed. You will recognize that these are not coincidences, but divine interventions. And understand this, protection from God often manifests in subtle ways. A warning thought, a sudden change of plans, a fortuitous encounter. These are signals from God that your life is being strategically preserved. During these days, be alert, be prayerful, and be expectant, because God's protection is active, precise, and absolute. And now, our destiny. This is the culmination of God's work in your life. From the 18th to the 22nd, God is aligning every force, every opportunity, every connection to propel you toward the future He has ordained. Destiny is not accidental, it is deliberate, it is divinely timed, and it is unfolding according to God's infinite wisdom. You will witness events and encounters that are not random, but are orchestrated by God to accelerate your journey. Dreams that have been dormant will awaken. Talents that have been overlooked will gain recognition. Steps you have taken in faith will bear fruit that exceeds imagination. Understand this, destiny is not passive. It requires faith, it requires courage, it requires obedience. God is not just calling you to watch, He is calling you to act, to position yourself, to walk in alignment with His plan. Every prayer, every act of faith, every choice of integrity will be amplified during these days. And the results will be unmistakable, undeniable, and eternally significant. I say to you again, these 5 days are not ordinary. They are sacred. They are divinely appointed. They are a time in which heaven intersects with earth, where God moves in ways that defy human limitations. From clarity to provision, from reconciliation to protection, and culminating in destiny, every aspect of your life is set to experience divine acceleration. Your faith must rise to meet this season. Your expectation must align with God's power. Your obedience must match His wisdom. Do not wait. Do not hesitate. Do not allow fear or doubt to cloud this holy period. Speak with conviction. Walk in faith. Pray with authority. Align your heart fully with God's guidance and watch as He transforms these days into a testament of His power, His favor, and His sovereignty. Listen, I speak now to awaken a dormant fire in your spirit. God is about to move, not in whispers, not in subtle hints, but in undeniable earth-shaking ways. From the 18th to the 22nd of December, heaven itself will align, orchestrating events that cannot be explained by human reasoning, that cannot be predicted by human planning, but that only the omnipotent hand of God can produce. You must position yourself in expectancy, for these are not ordinary days. These are divine appointments, sacred windows in which your life, your destiny, and your future will experience acceleration. The enemy will try to sow fear, confusion, and doubt, but do not be deceived. God is sovereign, God is powerful, and God's plans cannot be thwarted by human limitation or spiritual opposition. Now, consider clarity. Clarity from God is a divine lens through which you will see truth with unwavering precision. It is not merely knowledge. It is illumination that cuts through the fog of doubt and confusion. From the 18th to the 22nd, God is releasing clarity that will expose hidden motives, reveal paths previously unseen, and give you confidence to act decisively. Some of you have wrestled with questions about your future, your purpose, your calling. Some of you have been paralyzed by uncertainty, waiting for signs that never seem to come. God is about to make those signs unmistakable. You will see with spiritual eyes what human eyes cannot perceive. The decisions that once seemed impossible will now be clear. The direction that once felt uncertain will now shine brightly before you. This is God's precision, His wisdom, and His divine guidance manifesting in your life. But clarity does more than reveal, it empowers. When you see God's path, hesitation loses its grip, fear dissipates. You will act boldly because you know that every step you take is under the supervision of the Almighty. Some of you will discover that clarity comes in the form of sudden insight, an idea, a revelation, a word that shifts your entire perspective. Others will experience clarity through circumstances that align in perfect timing, revealing God's hand in ways that demand recognition. Pay attention to these moments, for they are God speaking directly to your life, showing you that the season of confusion is ending and the season of divine strategy is beginning. Provision. God's provision is about to manifest in ways that transcend human expectation. Many of you have been waiting, praying, and hoping for relief, for opportunities, for resources that seem impossible to access. From the 18th to the 22nd, God is releasing a flood of favor that cannot be ignored. Opportunities will arise, finances will be replenished, doors will open where there were walls. But understand this, God's provision is precise. It will meet your needs, position you for your calling, and elevate your capacity to fulfill your purpose. Some will see breakthroughs in their careers, in business ventures, or in personal growth. Others will experience restoration. What was lost, what was stolen, What was delayed will be returned in abundance, multiplied and amplified by God's supernatural hand. Provision is never accidental. It is a reflection of God's timing and His intimate knowledge of your journey. He knows exactly what you need, when you need it, and how it must arrive. Do not dismiss what seems small, for God often begins with small alignments that lead to monumental breakthroughs. And when provision comes, use it with gratitude, use it with integrity, and use it to align yourself even more closely with God's plan. God's blessings are never just for comfort. They are for preparation, for elevation, and for the expansion of your destiny. Now, reconciliation, this is God's power in the relational sphere. Any of you have carried wounds from betrayal, estrangement, and misunderstanding. God is about to intervene in ways that will restore balance and bring peace. From the 18th to the 22nd, hearts will soften, barriers will fall, and misunderstandings will be clarified. You will witness conversations, encounters, and reconnections that seem miraculous, but are in fact orchestrated by the sovereignty of God. However, understand that reconciliation comes only where it serves God's purpose. Toxicity will be removed, harmful patterns will be broken, but relationships aligned with your destiny, relationships that strengthen your purpose, will be restored and infused with God's wisdom. God's reconciliation is not merely emotional, it is strategic. It positions you for the future, clears obstacles from your path, and releases spiritual freedom. Do not resist it out of pride or fear. Receive it with discernment, receive it with humility, and recognize it as a divine gift. Some of you will see estranged family members come back, some will experience friendships rekindled, and some will witness resolutions to conflict that seemed impossible. Reconciliation from God carries authority. It reshapes environments, restores hearts, and prepares you for the next level of your journey. Protection, listen carefully. From the 18th to the 22nd, God is raising a shield around your life that cannot be penetrated by human scheming, spiritual attack, or circumstantial pressure. This is not passive protection, it is active, dynamic, and powerful. You will feel a peace that surpasses understanding, a security that transcends fear, and a guidance that directs every move you make. The enemy will attempt to disrupt, to intimidate, to provoke, but God's protection is superior, omnipresent, and unstoppable. Some of you will experience divine warnings that prevent catastrophe. Others will witness ions resolve in your favor even before conflict arises. This is God moving to preserve your life, your purpose, and your destiny. During a time of unprecedented spiritual alignment, protection is not just for safety, it is for boldness. When you know that God is guarding your steps, you can act without hesitation. You can pursue your purpose without fear. You can engage in life with confidence because God is standing beside you, surrounding you, and intervening in ways invisible but undeniable. The hedge of protection that God places around you is your fortress, your refuge, and your advantage over every force that opposes your destiny. The culmination of all God's movement, from clarity to provision, from reconciliation to protection, every divine action is orchestrating your destiny. These days are a convergence of heaven and earth, a sacred window in which God accelerates the fulfillment of your purpose. Opportunities, insights, and breakthroughs that once seemed distant will manifest. Talents, skills, and gifts that were overlooked will rise to prominence. Dreams that seemed dormant will awaken. propelled by God's power. Every step you have taken in faith, every act of obedience, every prayer lifted in earnest will converge to create momentum that cannot be stopped. Understand this, destiny is active. God will not fulfill it for you passively. You must align with His plan. You must move in faith, act with courage, and walk in integrity. Every choice you make, every declaration of faith, and every moment of obedience during this time will be amplified. God is not merely opening doors. He is aligning your steps, clearing paths, and placing people and opportunities in your life that will propel you into the next chapter of your calling. I tell you now, the enemy will attempt distraction. He will attempt deception. He will attempt to delay you. But from the 18th to the 22nd, his power is limited. God's authority is supreme. God's wisdom is unshakable. God's plans are perfect. You will witness circumstances shift, hearts change, and opportunities arise in ways that defy logic, defy explanation, but are unmistakably the work of God. You must not shrink from this divine moment. You must not underestimate the power of God moving in your life. This is your appointed time, your sacred window, your season of acceleration. Your faith must rise to meet the magnitude of what God is about to do. Pray with authority, expect with certainty, speak with conviction, act with obedience. Remove fear, remove hesitation, remove doubt. Position yourself fully in alignment with God's plan, and you will experience the fullness of His movement in your life. These days are sacred, powerful, and transformative, and they will mark a turning point in your life, a season of restoration, abundance, clarity, protection, and destiny. You must hear me clearly. God is not moving slowly. He is not merely adjusting circumstances. From the 18th to the 22nd, He is releasing a torrent of divine activity that will redefine your life. These are days where heaven itself touches earth. There are forces at work behind the scenes that you cannot yet see, but every moment, every detail, every interaction is being orchestrated with precision by the Almighty. Do not underestimate this divine alignment. The enemy will try to convince you that these days are ordinary, that nothing significant will happen, but God is about to prove otherwise. You will witness breakthroughs that defy human expectation, resolutions that surpass human reasoning, and blessings that overflow beyond measure. Let us speak more about clarity. For clarity is more than understanding. It is revelation that transforms decision-making, perception, and destiny. In these days, God will illuminate areas of your life that have been clouded in confusion. Some of you have struggled with choices, torn between fear and desire, unsure of the next step. God is about to reveal the pathway with undeniable certainty. You will suddenly understand where to walk, when to move, and who to trust. The wisdom that flows will not be ordinary. It will cut through distractions, false counsel, and indecision. It is divine insight that empowers you to act boldly, knowing that your steps are guided by God Himself. But clarity brings more than direction. It brings freedom. Freedom from doubt, from hesitation, from indecision. For years you may have carried questions in your heart that seemed impossible to answer. From the 18th to the 22nd, God will answer them. Not with human reasoning, not with partial understanding, but with divine revelation. And with this revelation comes power. Power to act, power to decide, power to move in alignment with the destiny that only God can unfold. Do not resist it. Do not ignore it. This is your appointed time to see clearly, to rise confidently, and to step into what God has prepared for you. Provision, God's provision, in these days will not be incremental. It will be extraordinary. It is not the provision of human effort, of luck, or of chance. It is supernatural. Some of you have prayed for doors to open, for debts to be cleared, for opportunities to arrive, and God is about to answer. Expect increase in finances, in resources, in opportunities that you never imagined possible. God's hand will position you in environments where favor flows, where abundance is natural, and where every step aligns with divine blessing. This is not temporary or shallow. It is a preparation for the fulfillment of your calling, a setup for long-term impact, and a tangible demonstration of God's sovereign care. God's provision also teaches you faith. It reminds you that human effort is limited, but God's power is limitless. Some of you will see sudden opportunities at work or in business. Others will experience unexpected gifts, new connections, or alignment that accelerates your dreams. This is not coincidence. It is God's plan. Receive it with gratitude. Walk in integrity. Use it for the expansion of your purpose and the glorification of God's wisdom. Provision from God is never neutral. It carries purpose. Reconciliation, God's restoration in relationships, is a testimony of His power to heal, to realign, and to bring peace where there has been strife. From the 18th to the 22nd, relationships that were fractured, friendships that were broken, and family ties that were strained will encounter divine intervention. God will create moments where misunderstanding is cleared, where forgiveness flows, and where unity is restored. But this reconciliation is not indiscriminate. God restores what aligns with His plan for your life. Toxic patterns are removed, harmful influences purged. Only relationships that contribute to your destiny, that enhance your spiritual growth, and that reflect God's wisdom will be fully restored. God's reconciliation is strategic. It positions you for greater alignment, clears obstacles from your journey, and releases you from the emotional weight that has hindered your progress. Some of you will see people return to your life unexpectedly, conversations resolve miraculously, and peace restore environments that once seemed chaotic. These are not human coincidences. They are divine orchestrations. Recognize them, embrace them, and allow God's wisdom to guide every interaction. Reconciliation is a key to unlocking the next level of blessing, provision, and destiny protection. This is God's divine safeguard over your life. The enemy may attempt to disrupt your peace, provoke fear, or challenge your steps, but God's protection is active, precise, and impenetrable. From the 18th to the 22nd, you will sense a supernatural covering around your mind, your body, your spirit, your home, and your future. Circumstances that would have overwhelmed you in the past will now be neutralized. Opportunities that could have been stolen by opposition will now arrive unhindered. This is not imagination. It is the hand of God defending what is divinely yours. Protection brings confidence, boldness, and freedom. When you are aware that God is guarding every step, you can move without fear, act without hesitation, and speak without doubt. Every decision becomes empowered by divine authority. Some of you will witness warnings that prevent disasters. Others will experience guidance that keeps you in alignment with destiny and away from harmful influences. God's protection is not passive. It is a strategic intervention that ensures your success, peace, and spiritual growth. Destiny. This is the culmination of God's movement. Every act of clarity, provision, reconciliation, and protection is designed to accelerate your purpose. From the 18th to the 22nd, you will encounter divine alignment that positions you for your future. Opportunities, insights, connections, and breakthroughs will converge, creating momentum that propels you forward in ways that surpass human understanding. Dreams long held in your heart will awaken. Skills and talents will gain recognition. Steps taken in faith will bear exponential fruit. Understand this, destiny requires action. God orchestrates, but you must move. You must act in faith, speak in alignment, and walk in obedience. Every decision, every prayer, every declaration during this period carries amplified significance. The enemy will attempt to distract you, to delay you, to discourage you. But from the 18th to the 22nd, his power is limited. God's authority is supreme. His timing flawless. His power unstoppable. You will witness circumstances change, hearts shift, and doors open that are unmistakably the work of the Almighty. These 5 days are sacred, holy, and charged with supernatural significance. You must rise above hesitation. You must prepare your spirit. You must align your actions with God's plan. Speak boldly, walk faithfully, pray earnestly, and expect fully. The movement of God is coming like a tidal wave, breaking barriers, overturning limitations, and launching you into the next chapter of your life, from clarity to provision, from reconciliation to protection, and culminating in destiny. God is orchestrating a transformation that cannot be delayed. You are standing on the threshold of a divine season. The days from the 18th to the 22nd are not ordinary. They are a divine appointment, a moment in which heaven touches earth, a time in which the faithful will witness the undeniable power of God moving on their behalf. You must hold fast to faith, because faith positions you to receive, positions you to act, and positions you to walk in alignment with God's will. Expect the miraculous, anticipate the extraordinary. Position your heart, your mind, and your spirit, and God will move in ways that will leave you in awe, in gratitude, and in full recognition of His sovereignty.